And if you feel like you're not doing enough, then get up and do more. You know what I'm saying? But we create the world that other people live in. And that's the beauty of it because you can bend and twist that world however you want. Whatever you create is going to be unique towards you. And that way, like, it's dope regardless. As long as you fuck with it, it's hard. So
Facts.
just have that confidence in yourself.
All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Spark Moment podcast. And in this episode, we have a special guest. She's a photographer, another podcast host. She does a little of everything. It's OG. How you doing, OG?
Good. How are you?
OG Kels. So
Yeah,
OG, can you kind of, for the people that may not know you, can you kind of give us like what you do, you are?
sure. So I'm OG or I'm Kelsey. That's my name, but the homies call me OG. I am a podcaster, like he said, a photographer. I'm an event curator, so I throw a lot of events around the city. Uh, I MC also, so I host events also. I just do a whole umbrella of things. I like to call myself just a creative director. I feel like that's just a great just word to just fit in everything that I do, but I'm a creative. I love art. I love creating experiences. I love giving people experiences. So that's pretty much what I do. My mom also.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's right. Most importantly,
Yeah, my
most
mom also.
importantly.
He's 4 years old. So just figuring out how to navigate, still trying to live my dream and raise a young one. It's challenging, but it's a great gift.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Has he shown any interest in picking up the camera?
He did. He actually did a couple of months ago. So I usually like take him with me to the studio. Usually he'll be interested, he'll kind of look at the backdrop, kind of just see what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll take pictures out my apartment if I can't get into the studio. And he definitely picked the camera up and was pressing, the trigger and messing with the buttons and, my hands under the support because like this is a $700 camera. But he definitely, I think I have had the camera in front of him so much that if you would even take your phone out and hold it towards him, he's saying cheese. So I'm hoping that he goes to that realm. His dad does music. So he has creative, artistic things in his body. It's just finding whatever would interest him to connect those.
Cool. So we're gonna start off this first segment. It's our Spark Rapid Question segment. Just kind of lighthearted questions, kind of ease into before we get into these deep questions here.
Sure.
With you also being a podcast host yourself, OG and Friends podcast too. You guys
Yeah.
know. So, what is a dream podcast guest, dead or alive, that you would want to come on?
Honestly, I would love to have Saba on, the rapper. Just because I don't know if you've listened to his new project or like seen his whole rollout, but I think between him and Mick Jenkins, they are like the ultimate like creative for me because they're doing everything independent and they're funding everything out of their own pocket. And
Yep.
like the way that they do their rollouts, the way that they're just, Saba's still like putting his stuff on streaming, but Mick Jenkins, he's all about even and like buy my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're just a really I don't even want to say the epitome, but like I would love to just sit down and have a conversation with them and like pick their brain on like how do you feel as a creative? How do you feel as an independent artist? How do you feel as, somebody that has the world at their hands and you can mangle it however you want,
Yeah.
So I think they will have great conversation. They will have great
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. The shit they doing is crazy right now. It's amazing right
Insane.
now.
Insane.
Okay, and then here's one that's more towards being a photographer. So, if you can only keep one lens forever, which one would it be?
Honestly, this is gonna sound wild. It may not even sound wild. My 50 millimeter lens.
Mm.
So I'm a portrait photographer and I love close-ups. And I actually recently, this is crazy. I've been shooting for 10 years, but I recently just started buying more lenses. Like I was shooting off of an 18 to 55 millimeter for years, just because money. You know what I'm saying? I got a kid. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's either feed him or spend a band on a lens. So I was talking to my mentor and I was just like, what's the next lens? Like what, and he was like, I challenge you to shoot for 6 months straight with just a 50 millimeter. And that's going to tell you what type of lens that you want to get next. And I just fell in love with the 50. Like it doesn't give you, it makes you move, if that makes sense. So it makes the photographer move versus me being able to just, because it just has that 50. You can't zoom in, you can't
Yep.
zoom out. So it
Yep.
makes me have to place myself in places to get the shot. And I don't know, that's just like an adrenaline like rush for me of just like, my wheels working trying to figure out, okay, how can I get the shot without being able to zoom in and out? So I
Yeah.
think the 50
That makes you move.
millimeter, especially for portrait photography, I
Mhm.
carry that around with me everywhere.
That's funny because that's majority what I use is a 50.
Really?
I
Okay.
use
Okay.
a 1.8. Yeah. So I
Yep.
know exactly
Yep.
what you're talking about. And that's facts. Like, cause I've been using that since I started basically.
Mhm.
For your mentor to say like use that and that would tell you like what type of lenses, that's
Mhm.
facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
And
I've
he
been
told
using
me
that
that
shit
and
for
I was just like,
years.
man, yes, yes. So when he told me that, I was just like, at first, I was like, "Man, this man don't know what he's talking about," but he's been shooting for like 20 years, so he knows what he's talking about. And I definitely am just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, because I don't know about you, but me as a photographer, I just feel like bigger is better. But I'm learning just like the actual lens itself. But I'm learning it doesn't take much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do want to get a 35. I want to get a little bit closer.
35.
I think that might be my
Yeah.
next purchase. But yeah,
35. 35 is good.
yeah.
I like to shoot. You know what I want? I want like a 16 or like a 20. I like to
Yes,
shoot
I don't know, I
wide.
just yes, and so that's the other side of the coin for me, is I love close. So,
Yeah.
that's something else that my mentor was like, "Okay, I challenge you this summer, you gotta get away." Like, I struggle with shooting full body because
Mm.
everything that I work with is in the face and the shoulders, and you know what I'm saying? So,
It's those
I feel
details.
you on the wide. Yeah, I feel you on the wide. You
Mm.
definitely gotta shoot some of that over to me once if you do pick that up.
I do. I've been looking at the 16 to 35, but man,
Okay.
that shit, it's a couple
You can tell
bands.
'em we're in an expensive lane.
Man, for real. Like,
We're in an
I'm like,
expensive lane.
I just been window shopping on Amazon for a couple months on it.
Yeah, when the time is right. When the time is right.
For sure. For sure. Okay, next one. So
Mhm.
what's a small thing that brings you big joy?
Man, honestly, kinda like what I said earlier of just, like, creating experiences for people. Like, I love being on stage and, like, carrying people through a show, making sure we're staying on topic, making sure we're, getting to everything that we're doing. We have an event here, called Mac Day, and so it's basically Mac Miller, like, it's Mac Miller night. We play nothing but Mac Miller features, people who inspired Mac Miller. We have a bar here called the Brass Rail, and it's real small, but we pack that mug out every year, and it's one of my favorite things that to host just because just being in a space with people who truly love the same person and y'all are like vibing off of the same thing, like just that
Yeah.
feeling of just like being apart and like just being like on the same accord. And I'm doing like trivia. We're giving out like vinyl records. We're giving out t-shirts. We're giving out, iTunes gift cards to go purchase like a Mac album or something like that. But like having people on the stage dancing, like, doing all that, I don't know. I know you definitely follow me on Instagram, but, like, I love to just have a
Yeah.
good time. So whenever I can touch the stage, I know I can't sing or rap or anything like that, but being able to just connect with the crowd and just being like, "Yo, we're about to be homies for the next 4 hours, so, like, what's up? What do you guys wanna do?" Like,
Yeah.
that
That's
brings
dope.
me it's definitely I'm hosting a show here coming up next weekend, and that's all I've been thinking about. It's just like, man, I get to talk to new people, get to see new people and connect, and I've met
Yeah.
some dope people doing it, so
Nice, nice. And for people that
yeah.
probably don't know, where are you from? Where you out
So
of?
I am from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I am from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I frequent Chicago a lot. I'm in Chicago all of the time. I'm also in Indy all of the time too. So I'm just like a Midwestern girl. But yeah, Fort
Yeah.
Wayne, Indiana. I've been here all my life. I've been here all my life.
And then last one here. So,
Yeah.
what's your ideal perfect day?
Man, you're gonna laugh at me when I say this. I literally was just telling my homie, or not my homie, my boyfriend actually the other day about because he asked me the same thing. Honestly, if I could have a day where nobody hits my line and my kid is gone for the day and I literally can just lay down and just like watch my shows. We don't have to be nowhere. I don't have no pictures I have to edit. Like I can just relax. That's literally perfect day. It could be sunny outside, no windows open. We got the movie on,
Nah,
we door dashing all
yeah,
day. Like that's definitely the perfect day.
lazy day. Nah, I feel
Lazy
that.
day. Lazy day.
I
20-year-old
feel
Kelsey
that,
probably will
man.
have a different answer, but I'm 30 and I'm just learning like rest is really important and it's something that I am working on a lot. So yeah.
Nah, same. Like
Yeah.
now recently I'm starting to like understand that too because I be doing so much now, like starting this podcast now and then, the
Yeah.
photography and then, I started barber school and then, the 9 to
Okay.
5 that I do. So
We're in the same
it's a
boat.
lot.
We're in the
It's a
same
lot.
boat. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel
Congrats
you.
on
If I could
barber
have a
school
lazy
too.
day, appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, that's dope.
All right, the moment we've been waiting for now.
Yeah.
So can you share with us what your spark moment was that led you to pursue your journey in photography?
Yeah. Um, so I went to college. I went to this University of St. Francis. And so what they require, I was going to get my bachelor's in graphic design and communication art. And they have you take these other courses that are going to be beneficial with your degree. So photography was one of them. They call them concentrations. And so what St. Francis does is they start you all the way back to like film. So I was like developing. We had a dark room, so I was developing photos, and I just like loved the process of like mixing the chemicals and like not knowing if I'm going to get a picture or not when I'm done developing. So as time went on, we're moving to DSLR and studio work. And honestly, studio was like very hard for me. Like I was so anti-studio, like, and it was all because I didn't understand lighting at the time.
I was gonna
And when I
say
was in, yeah, I didn't understand lighting at the time. Now I love it, but and my mom at the time had breast cancer, so I was like taking care of her, putting myself through school and working a 9 to 5. And so towards the end of my career there, I'm just like, man, I really love photography. Like I love taking pictures, I love editing, but like I'm going for graphic design. And I had a professor there, my biggest hater. But I appreciate him because I wouldn't be OG today. Um and I was just like, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and finish my degree. And we're still going to pursue photography. I won't have a degree for it. And he literally told me in my senior portfolio review, like, don't use me as a reference. Your work sucks. You need to probably take this again. Yeah, like 2 weeks before I'm supposed to graduate. And I told you about my mom and like me putting myself through school because St. Francis is one of those, it's a private college and 95% of the people there are on scholarship. So the 5% that actually have to commute and like work every day on top of doing that, like he wasn't really fond of that. He really believed that you need to be working on your craft 24/7. So they were like, some of my colleagues will be in there till 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm just like, I got to go to work tomorrow. Like, I can only give you what I could give you. And he didn't fuck with that. Um, I was just anti-graphic design after that for a long time because my professor had one of the biggest design houses here in Fort Wayne. So I feel like because I had St. Francis on my resume, but I didn't have him as a reference, they just pitched my resume. So I never got a job in design. But I wanted to stay in the creative field. So I was like, let's really lean into this photography shit and see how like how it could work out. And it's been great. It's been great. I feel like here in town, I've put my name, like people know who Kelsey is now.
Mhm.
I'm in conjunction with all the events that I do. So yeah, I've been this year actually has been God's really been working, man. He's been putting me in positions where like we're still doing photography, but it's for bigger companies with a bigger budget. Hey,
That's right.
can we talk about working more? How can you run my social media? Like, so it's opening up opportunities. So shout out to that professor at St. Francis. If you never told me I suck, dude, I'd never be the person that I am today. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. Yeah, I know, crazy. I have like so many crazy stories. It's insane.
Nah, that is crazy,
Yeah,
but yeah, man, fuck that guy. What the hell?
yeah.
Hey, well, I'm
He
glad
hated
that, you
me
didn't let that stop you.
for sure.
What year was that?
I graduated in 2017. Well, I graduated college in 2017. So 2013 is when I started that also. So it's been a while. I'm old.
You're old. I feel old. Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Have you was he just like that with you, or was he just like that type of person?
I say 50-50. He definitely was that type of person because he was on everybody's ass. Like critique was just horrible. Like I would purposely miss critique because I'm like, this dude's not gonna mess my day up today. Like,
Yeah.
but the other 50, I try not to bring race into everything, but I went to a predominantly white college, like it's a Catholic college. I really just really wanted to go to Columbia in Chicago. Like had dreamed about that, but my mom ended up getting sick and she's a single mom. So I just felt like, okay, let's just go to, I got a scholarship that only lasted a year. So I was like, okay, at least I don't have to pay for the first year. But I really just feel like it was just because of who I was and because I couldn't give 100%. And I told him that in my senior review. I'm like, bro, my mom almost died. She doesn't, we don't come from that type of life. Like he has a very privileged life, like his family's name are on some buildings here in the city and a bridge. And so as much as I would even complain about dude, he probably, who am I versus all the money that him and his family hold? So
Idol.
yeah, it was kind of 50-50. I caused a ruckus a little bit afterwards because my parents were pissed. So they were like, you need to go to the dean. So it was a whole process. He's still working there. Uh, but after me doing that, I've had a couple people reach out to me and be like, thank you for doing that because he was an asshole towards me and all of them were black. So I'll just leave that there for whatever, however the listener wants to take that. But yeah, he just wasn't a nice
So you ain't
dude. I
gotta
don't
tell
know if
me.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was just a big hater.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, I'm like, I'm sorry you went through that. But then it's like, wouldn't be OG today.
That's what I'm saying. Character building. It very much,
Man,
I'm soft now, I've gotten better, but that literally, I cried for like 10 days over that. And then one day I was just like, I could just do this. It's a piece of paper telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need him. I don't need him. I don't need none of these things.
hell
Like,
no.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of just
Yeah,
like, as a creative yourself, like, that's the great thing about being one is whatever your world is, people have to be in it because you're creating it.
yeah. And it's your work. It's your art at the end of the
It's
day.
your art. I think I put like a video or something like that up on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Just like I'm trying this like new series of just speaking to the creative about things that I feel
Mm.
like all of us experience. And that was one of them. It's just like, what are you waiting for? Like you waiting for somebody to tell you to do it correctly, then it wouldn't be your work. There's no correct, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you create is what you create. So it was a lesson
Hell
learner
yeah.
for sure, but I am grateful for that experience because it's taught me independence. And when I
Hmm.
get out here with some of these businesses that do hold the reins, I'm just like, I can go do what you're doing and bring like 10 times more folks. Like, yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Exactly. You don't need that shit. Like look at how
nah.
successful you are without that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so that's what I kind of tell like my homies and stuff is just like don't overthink it. Don't listen to the outside. Social media is
Mhm.
very I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on artists because it's so fast paced. You're seeing something new every day and it's just like
Yeah.
at your own pace. That's the beauty of being an artist.
Yeah. It's like the difference between like a content creator and an artist, you know? It's like I feel like if
Yes.
you're so worried about outcomes and people's validation, and I feel like that's more like content creation and like, you know, short form content and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But artists actually take their time. And I feel like art a lot of times artists put stuff out that they already like. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking for a validation because they already love what the fuck they're doing. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yo, you would have loved Columbia though.
I'm sick. I'm so sick. I'm not sick as
Yo,
my
you would have
mom. That was
loved
a
it.
real thing. But like I toured it and
Yeah.
everything. Like, and she has
Yeah.
stage 3, so it was kind of just like this isn't
Man.
something that, she just got to go do a couple of rounds of chemo. Like they
Yeah.
took things and surgeries and I was just like, you're not married, you're a single mom, man. So me and my brother, we definitely had to step up. But I do it all over again. I do it all over again.
Yeah.
So
She's doing better now?
oh yeah, she's been in remission for
Yeah.
like 10 years, like, she's good. She's good.
Okay,
Yeah, she's
cool.
straight. Thanks for asking, though.
No. No, yeah, of course, because you know, my great grandma, that's how I lost my great grandma. So, you know,
Oh,
I've
I'm
been through
so
that process,
sorry.
man. It's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's crucial, a lot of character building between, 2015 to, like, now. I'm still learning
yeah.
stuff, but I just feel like that's just part of life and just getting older, for real.
Yep. It's part of life, it's part of the journey. You just gotta keep
Mhm.
going, man. It's only gonna make you stronger too.
Of course. You're
So,
totally correct.
you know, and on that topic too, on our, you know, on your journey, what were like you know, some of your biggest fears starting out on this journey, and how have you like overcome some of those?
Think some Okay, so me and money, I hate money. Like I hate that we have to pay people things for things. Not trying to say they don't deserve it, but just the way the economy is set up, we can't even get what we need if we don't have money, right? So my fear a lot of the times I did a lot of free work because that gave me the cushion to be like, if this is ass, at least you didn't come out of anything, like I just did this for you. So like doing shoots for exchange for money was stressful for me because I don't know, it was just this unneeded pressure of just like you have to do this correct because they're paying you their money.
Hmm.
And for a long time would just be like, no, I'll do it. I'll just shoot. Like, don't worry about it. It was actually my mom. She heard me on the phone talking to somebody and came in and was like, "No, you need to charge them. Like you keep going, you're using your gas, using your camera, using your time. You need to pay them." And I was just like, "But what if it's not good?" And she was like, "It's going to be good because they're coming to you for your work. So you need to
Hmm.
charge." And that will weed out all of the bad apples, the people that are just playing with you. So that definitely was one of my fears. I think another one of my fears, and I have met this fear multiple times because I'd be so discombobulated, is like showing up to a shoot and not having what I need. A SD card, a lens, like, and that's happened to me a couple of times where I pulled up and both of my batteries are dead. Like, and I'm just like, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? So just that fear alone has helped me prepare more. With that, so I know like the money thing is kind of small, but that was like a really big thing for me of just like I don't want to charge you because I don't want to have to go back and forth with you on why I'm not going to give you your bread back because I know I did a great job and you are just trying to get over on me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was gonna say that's not a small thing, I don't think, because that's something I struggle with too, a lot of
Uh-huh.
times. But I feel like, or at least what it sounds like is you were kind of trying to play it safe and not
Yes.
charging because you were scared that they weren't gonna like the work.
Yeah.
So where does that come from? And like, how do you, because I mean, I know you charge now, right? Like you gotta,
Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
charge.
So how'd you overcome that?
It was a company that I was working. It was my first business that I did, and they just really just wanted some like lifestyle shots for their social media. It was small business, so I knew the lady, and I was just like, I'll just do this, just pay me $50. Mind you, I'm taking pictures of like 5 people. So this is sounding insane. I was like, just give me $50, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whatever. And she literally said, I will not be able to work with you if you're gonna charge me $50. And so I asked her why, and she was just like, because I just feel like I'm not gonna get good work for $50. And I had never had anybody say that to me before. So I'm just like, well, I know my work is not ass. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
she was like, I want you to go back. She said, gave me the invoice back. She was like, send me another invoice. And she was like, she was like, that's how much I believe in you. So you send me another invoice with the price that you want me to pay. And I know that's the type of work I'm going to get. So I did. I went back. I ended up charging her $350, which that still wasn't enough, but it was better. And so she's like, okay, I will
Mm.
pay you that $350. And so I was stressed the entire shoot, like stressed the entire shoot because I'm like, yo, she's giving me $350 editing them. And they were fire. They were fire. And then so when I got the
Of
bread, I'm
course.
like, 350 is a lot better than $50. Like, I'm like, yo, I could actually make my rent this month. Like, so knowing that there was a bit like she believed in me that much to tell me like I'm willing to pay you more than what you're asking me for, I was like, all right, Kelsey, like this, you're being ridiculous. Like, you just got to fight that battle when you get to it. And then I have had those battles of like, because I have a certain style. So like people often ask me, do you shoot weddings? Do you do graduations? I don't,
Yeah.
because I don't have that. I have more of a creative style than just like your I don't even want to say average, but like you know what I'm talking about, like the way wedding photos look. They
Yeah.
have like that soft look. Graduation photos, I don't skin retouch also. So like that's something else that I have to just be 100 with people with, of just like, it's not that I can't do it, it just don't stand with my morals. I have a whole thing about that. But
Yeah.
um I after that day, I just kind of leaned into it, and when we got over the hill, when we had people be upset, I try to fix it as much as I can. I offer to reshoot. I'll even, refund you part of your bread or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, they're okay with the reshooting. But yeah, that's kind of how I overcame that. And then now I'm just like, and I hope I don't sound horrible saying this, but I'm just like, you can't get your product unless I take it for you, like unless I do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to work under this. You got to work under this. What I'm telling you, for this price, you're gonna get what you want. And once I
Mm.
just started laying it out like that and becoming more professional, also because I always, for a while, everybody was the homie. Oh, I'm gonna look out for you. And I had a friend tell me, you take care of who takes care of you. So I'm like, you're right. So as soon as I started, strapping up and like being more like serious, all those people that were giving me problems washed away. Like a lot of these places just want you to do it, and they're like, this is great. I have something for my Instagram because my boss is on my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I overcame that.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Cause it sounds like she was like, I had somebody else, another photographer on the pod, right? And we were kind of talking about, a similar topic. And she was saying, I was kind of asking her like, how did you get over that, whatever. And she said,
Uh-huh.
charge more than what you even think that you're worth. So like for
Yes.
you to say like you charge $50 and like she was like 50, no, like 350, you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
just proof right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was insane just how it happened. Like I couldn't answer her. And I just be feeling like those things happen. Like I often get taught lessons. I'm hard headed. So sometimes the lesson that's taught
Me
to
too.
me, I'm like, okay, we could have been taught that like two weeks ago. But I
Yeah.
really feel like I be in these spaces and I meet these people that are valuable in my life to a point where they don't even have to give me no bread. It's just the words that are coming out their mouths. And I'm like, wow. Like, you just connect that last puzzle piece that I've been looking for. So, shouts to her. I can't remember her name because
Yeah.
it was like 8 years ago, but You changed my life.
Yeah, right. Shout out to her, cause
Yeah, shout out to
man,
her.
nah, yeah, cause I mean, your work's crazy. Like, I love your
Thank
work.
you. Thank you.
We were talking about, your particular style and stuff like that. Um, has how long has it take you to kind of get to that style? Like, compared to like when you started to now, when you look back,
Mhm.
how has it changed? And then like what are some of the things that inspire, your type of look, your style?
Okay, I'll answer that one and then I'll bounce back to the other one. So I loved film photography. Like I love like when I said we were in the dark room, like I loved doing that. So I wanted to challenge myself on how can I get that film look, but like do it digitally. Now there's like presets and filters and everything that you can do, but I really wanted to give like if I printed this out, this feels like this was shot on film. And I
Mhm.
have a lot of contrasty work. I push my blacks. It's very vibrant. Sometimes it can be muted. And so I bought this like Kodak like preset film pack. It was like during Christmas they had it for like 80% off. So I'm just like I was very anti presets before this also. So anti presets and I just
That's
was
me.
playing with it. Yes, yes. But I learned the preset's just a stepping stone. It's just a stepping
Mhm.
stone. And then you adjust with it. And so that's what I was doing. I was just it was Kodak. So I was like, okay, this is gonna hopefully give me my film look. But as time go went on, I started venturing away from those presets and like, okay, I'm gonna dive in with a picture that I have not touched and see if I can get that same look without having to use a preset. Um, and it also depends on the model, it depends on what I'm shooting. If I'm doing a studio shoot, I feel like it's going to be more vibrant, more contrasty because I can control the light. I can control more in studio, and then when I shoot outdoor, it's kind of just like whatever the sun gives me. But I feel like that's how it is in film. You don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? So I kinda film has always been the, like, motivating factor, like, I was, like, hell-bent on, like, how can I get this to look like this? And so,
Mhm.
once I finally figured out lighting, figured out what I wanted the picture to look like, I really sat in Lightroom and was just color grading and pushing my contrast and my vibrance and my saturation, and I even messed with tint, even though tint scares me because it could be really green or really purple, like things like that. And I did a shoot. This was actually 2 years ago. To answer your second question, 2 years ago, I think I finally like honed in my style. A lady asked me, I had it in a show, and she asked me, she was like, "Did you do this on film?" And I said, "No, I did it on DSLR." And she was like, "Man, I couldn't tell." When she said that, I said, "We found it. We got it." So yeah, I've been shooting for 10 years. It took me about 8 years to find my style. It's crazy, but I was just doing whatever for a while.
8
Yeah, I just found my style
wow.
2 years ago.
8 years to
One
find a
that I can
style?
s one that I can sit with consistently. I was gradually getting to it. Like, you can see as my work progressed, like, okay, she's learning more techniques to get to it, but, like, now I'm fully confident I can make the picture look like that today. Like, I know exactly what to do today.
Okay, nice. Jeez.
I know, 8 years is crazy.
Damn,
I'm a
that's
unique
crazy.
person, I know.
It is.
It takes me a
Yeah.
while. I think that's the common denominator in this whole conversation is it takes me a while to learn these things, but it's okay.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, that's facts too, because I'm 5 years in and I feel like I'm still, refining my type of style. So
Yeah.
that man, so it kind of really all started with film.
With film, that dark room, man, I was like super just enamored, I guess. I had never seen anything. I've never seen the process. So when my teacher showed me, I'm like, man, let me go buy some rolls. And I had some like that I've taken and I poured the picture up and nothing was there. And I'm like, damn, I just sat an hour and did all this for nothing. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. You never
Yeah.
know until you know. So
Do you own any film cameras? Or you just shoot all on digital?
I shoot all on digital. I buy a lot of disposable cameras, especially when I go out of town. I do have like an Instastack camera, but I have the square version of it. It's kind of more heavy duty. So I'll do those. I cannot remember the name of the camera that I got. So my mentor, he was cleaning out his storage and he found a whole box of film cameras and he was like, I don't know if these work or not, but here you go. And he had one that gives you the square format. I think it's a medium format camera where it's
Mm.
like really boxy and you look over into it to get it. I'm like blanking on the name of the camera. But I have one of those. The film for that is just so expensive that I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. So because it's an older camera, um, I do have a couple of film. I have like a Minolta, like your regular degular ones that you would find like at a thrift store. I have a couple point and shoots, like Nikon point and shoots, and I gave one to August. That's my son. I gave one to August. It still has a roll of film in there. He opened the back cover of it, and I said, "All right, well, I guess that roll's gone, but that's okay." But yeah, I just throughout the years, like even if I'm at like Goodwill or a thrift store, I'll go over and see what type of cameras they have and pick some up. But I'm more DSLR. I have a Canon, so that's kind of what I rock with. Yeah. I'm guessing you shoot with something else.
I mean, I shoot with a Sony, but Canon, whatever works for you.
Sony is fire though. Mirrorless, like I definitely have been looking at a couple, and I don't know if it's just me being nervous of learning something new and getting out my comfort zone, but
Canon actually
it's
has
fire.
some pretty decent mirrorless cameras, yeah.
Yes, I got
I
a
can't
couple
remember the name of it, but
on my list. I get everything. I thrift everything, pawn shops. The only thing that I ever really
mm,
bought brand new was my lights because I didn't want to play with that. But like my Canon that I have now, I got a sweet deal, like 250. I have a Canon 70. I have a Canon EOS 70D, and it's full frame. Caught that just walking
mm,
past the pawn shop. And I used to have a Rebel T7i, which I also learned for anybody that's listening, that is a beginner camera. It does not have all of the settings that you need. I shot off that for 5 years until it finally went kaput. I was just walking and I found that just randomly in the pawn shop and they were like 250. I'm like, heck yeah. I look it up. That camera's like a band just for the body alone. Definitely pawn shops if you're looking for a camera to start off. Pawn shops is the way to go because a lot of people are strapped for cash and will literally pawn anything. And it could be I also caught I had a Sony. I did have a Sony, but I was using it strictly for video. And I caught that off the pawn shop too, but it ended up going kaput on me
mm.
about a year later, which I wasn't mad because I didn't pay much for it, but definitely, you know,
Should have stuck with it, man.
I know I should
Should
have.
have pawned that Canon.
Whatever. That's funny.
Nah, I'm just kidding. And when I first started photography, I used to be so against Canon because I was so with Sony. Now I really don't give a fuck.
I don't either.
I'm like,
I'd be like,
yeah,
oh,
okay.
Nikon? Okay, just give me about 10 minutes to learn the settings and I got you.
No, for real.
Uh,
Yeah, and shit, it better not be even fucking dawn or anything like that. You better hope the sun is out. You're not gonna see
yes.
shit with Nikon.
No, and Nikon's what I started off with, and when I touched Canon, I said, "Wow, there is a new world, new world."
Life changer, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Was that like your first, I guess your first camera that you invested in?
Yes, the Rebel was the Nikon. So at school, like if you didn't have a camera, they had loaner cameras that you could use, and that was a Nikon. And I just knew off the bat, like I don't like this. It's just so I really just got the T7Is because I could afford it. That was really what I could afford at the time, and it did what it was supposed to do. But it started dying out on me
Mm,
about 3 years ago. My trigger wouldn't work for my lights. And I was just like, man, like it's working. Everything else is working. What's happening? And I ended up calling customer support and she was like, well, that's a beginner camera and it's meant to take video also. So like, it's not going to give you all the functionality as like some are higher end Canons. I was pissed. I was pissed.
mm,
But I also learned too, like, okay, you have to grow, like, you have to update your equipment because I will stay with
Yeah.
this Canon for the rest of my life if I could. I'm just a creature of habit. So, yeah, Canon is the first one I actually put some money into and was just like, "Okay, I'm really gonna do this. I'm spending, like, $700, like, I'm really gonna do this if we're gonna spend it."
Yeah. Man, let me tell you, your investment was a lot less than what mine was. My
Man.
first camera I bought was a Sony A7 III. I still got it.
Yeah.
And that mug, I think at the time was like 1,400 or something like that.
Yes, bro, this stuff is so expensive. It's so expensive. And I think I caught it on a deal. I think my mom like told me to wait till Christmas or something. I think it was like around
Black
like
Friday.
yeah, she was like wait for that, and I think it was originally a band, and I saved $350 on it. So I was just like, man, I don't think it's gonna get any lower than this. So we might as well just do it.
No, facts.
Yeah,
Cause man, that
yeah,
shit can get
it
expensive,
can.
man.
It definitely
I
can.
still haven't upgraded yet, low key.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to
okay.
soon though, cause yeah, my old reliable is, and I still love it, but yeah, I need to go on upgrade soon. I really want to get the A7 IV,
Okay,
but we'll see. I just
we'll
want
see.
something
Yeah,
with like a swivel camera. Like
that'll be fire.
mine it just pops up. So
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, if I can
You can
get
probably
that,
do a lot more with that too. A lot more with the swivel,
way more,
for
way more.
sure.
I'll be able to do more video and shit like that. So can you kind of walk us through your creative process? How does it look now? Like when you start from an idea, like where's the inspiration come from once you get it? And like, um, does it come from, stuff that you observe or stuff that you feel?
Yeah. So as of late, I really have been trying to put my emotions into my work because I don't know how to expel it any other way. Honestly, Instagram has been a big inspiration, even though I be so anti social media sometimes, but I know I need to use it in order to get where I'm going. So, and it really just be my For You page of me just scrolling. I'm like, yo, how did they get that to look like that? Or like what lighting did they use, or you know what I'm saying? Or I could just see somebody like a girl with a fly outfit on. Sometimes I wish I lived in New York, bro. All the bodega, the corner streets, like you know what I'm saying? So I'll see stuff like that
Yeah,
and be
I be
like,
saying
okay,
this all the
how
time.
yeah, it's like, okay, how can I get that where I'm at here? And then it just be stuck in my mind. So when I get an idea, I tend
Mhm.
to put some inspiration together. I still use Pinterest. So I kind of put things together like, what do I want the model to wear? What color? How do I want their hair? Are they going to be sitting on a chair? Are they going to be sitting on a bench? What type of backdrop do I want? And then I go and just assemble like, do I have that color? I get a model. I have a handful of people I can call that will pull up to take a picture. Music also inspires me. I feel like music drives my emotions sometimes. And I just feel like I just have to just expel it in some way.
Yeah.
My work is portrait work also, so expression in the face. So like if I see a portrait of just somebody just looking away and it's just like the most beautiful portrait, I'm like, yeah, how do I get that? So I
Mhm.
think I get inspiration off of other people's work and then I try to put like my own spin onto it because I'm never gonna copy. Like I'm never gonna steal. You know what I'm saying? But how can I
Always.
still try to get this shot but like make it different at the same time?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how my process is. I try to write stuff down. I screenshot a lot. I have a folder in my phone that just says inspiration and I just screenshot stuff and then as I like get to it or if I actually did that idea, I just delete it or I archive it. So that's kinda how I get by through that.
You think like you're attracted to like a certain type of looks,
Mhm.
or would you say
I'm thinking like right as of right now, editorial. Like I
yeah,
love like when people really look at the small details too of just like they have a pantsuit on and they wore suspenders instead of just a tie. Like, she has this very dramatic dress on and her hair is just very simple. Or something simple as just holding a flower, you know what I'm saying? She just had it right here, but the way that they closed up on it and, like, color graded it, like, perfect. So, I just think it's, like,
Yeah.
the smaller details of, like, man, they really took all that time to make sure the model's fit looks great, it matched with the background, and it's telling a story
Yep.
with it
Yep.
too.
Hell yeah.
I hate just looking
I
at
was
pictures and I'm just like, "Okay, so why did we do this?"
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, and that's exactly what was gonna be my next question too.
Mhm.
Because, in editorial work, is telling a story, you know what I mean,
Yes.
at the end of it. Really. It's like it's a lot of different elements, but it's always like it tells us I feel like editorial, and that's why I love editorial so much, because like it tells a story in a way of like it keeps you like curious, you know what I mean? Like you can have a
Mhm.
whole look where like someone's wearing like maybe like a simple fit or something like that, but there's
Yeah.
like that one thing that sticks out. But then the way it sticks out, it's like it makes you think, oh, were they trying to do this? Or
Yeah.
maybe
Or
this is
how did
this. You
they
know what I
do
mean?
it? Yeah, or like why did they think to do
Yeah.
it that way? Yeah. If it turns the wheels in my brain,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I love that. That's funny you say that, because that's what kind of like what inspires me lately too, is those editorial style shoots. Because I've been doing a lot of that lately, and
It's been fire. I've been seeing it. It's been
man, I just
fire.
love it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some more coming, but man, yeah. So editorial work, man, I think that's my lane. First, it was I mean, of course, portraits, but like editorial stuff. That's why I'm like, I want to go wider, so I can like tell a whole story with the background and the
Yes,
environment and stuff like that too.
exactly.
So
I agree.
it's gonna come.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And OJ, I know we talked, a little about a bit about your son. You know, you got a model baby,
Mhm.
right? He's a coolest
Yeah.
little dude. Every
He
time
is
you
so
post him,
cool.
he's just like, I'm like, oh yeah, he knows what to do.
Yeah,
He
we
just he has
started
the
him off
poses
young.
down. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. I
Definitely
love that.
started him off off young, like newborn. We that was just some of my parents didn't do. I don't have a lot of pictures of just like I do have a lot of pictures of me and my brother. But it's not like that was something when I found out I was gonna have a kid. I was like, yeah, man, we gotta document everything. Like I have so many pictures in the tuck of just him. Especially when he comes to a shoot with me, he's my test subject, so that's why he's probably so used to it. I'm like, "All right, bub, hop up there so I can test my light." Um, and he's just
Yeah.
so full of life,
He
man.
probably
Like
just gets it now.
he does, like he has autism. He has hyperlexia too, which is just like I don't even want to say obsession, but he just is he loves numbers and letters and colors. So it's
Oh,
really
that's
amazing to just see like him just grow and like his quirks and his ticks. I think he loves drawing. Like I really feel like he's going to be some type of creative. Whatever he be interested in, I just lean into it. So you want to paint? All right, mom's gonna buy some paint and some, we're gonna whatever you want to do.
yeah.
He's dope.
Hell yeah. I love that. And as a mother first, and then a creative, how do you kind of like, balance that work, with your responsibilities, but then also, following, your dreams and your passions?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't have a choice. My story is it's a pretty I don't even want to say messed up story, but it's just one of those where I had to just do a lot of things by myself and figure it out. And August was with me everywhere. If I had a shoe and he was strapped on me, I wish I got more pictures. I wish I documented myself with my kid in photography because I've had him sitting in my lap and I'm taking pictures. He actually came to like a business event with me. Um, and he just was on my back and I was just taking the pictures. And then I kind of just lean on my village too of people here of just like, hey, I have a shoot this day. Can you come over and just watch them for like 2 hours? I really haven't mastered balance yet. I kind of just be trying to get through the day. I'm not gonna lie. But what keeps me going is like he gets really excited when I am excited about something and like so just seeing him excited and just seeing him like I'm like, "I want to do more and do better for you, so when you get to where I'm at, it's smooth sailing." And
Yeah.
I just want him to be a kid also, you know? So even though he is autistic and it does take him a while to get certain things, he's just so full of life and he doesn't allow his disability to stop him from having like living life to the fullest. So that just makes me go harder in what I want to do. So I have no choice. That I guess that's my answer. Like this photo shit is it. Like I cannot see myself doing it. I mean, I
Just
have a
do it.
9 to 5. I'm an office manager and I pay the bills. That's if
Right.
I didn't have August, I would just totally completely bet on myself and just be like, let's do it. But it's hard. There's days where, you know, I have had to just cancel shoots because I'm like, I'm sorry, my kid's sick. Or, you know, there's been times where I've gone, I have to wait till he goes to sleep and then I edit my pictures. I'm up till 2 a.m. Then I gotta get up at 6 to work. Like it's kind of just it is what it is. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's the grind. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Nah, I
pretty
love
much
that.
how to
That's
answer
that's
that.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, that's beautiful. I love that because, you know, a lot of times you hear, you know, these stories and, you know, people having to make sacrifices, but then it's also like it's refreshing to hear people when they're chasing their dreams is they don't necessarily have to sacrifice. They
Yeah.
can bring them with them.
Mhm.
And not everybody can, but when you hear those stories of people that do, I love to hear I love to hear shit like that. So that's
For
beautiful. I love
sure.
that.
Just gotta keep going. Can't let anything stop. If I would have stopped, I wouldn't be who I am today. Really feel like
Yeah,
I would
and then
be
there's people that
unhappy.
just give up.
Yeah, yeah. And there's been definitely times where I've been sitting and I'm like, bro, what am I doing this shit for? But then like August he'll laugh or, you know, he's brought a picture up that I've taken before and like it has just been really excited about it. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, I gotta keep going. Like there's no, if I stop, I'm failing you and I can't do that. You've been failed in other
Nice.
ways, but mom's not gonna fail you. So
Nah, and you know, and on that topic, like, has failure ever led you somewhere that, like, creatively that you know success maybe wouldn't have?
yes. I was taking pictures. So I took on a client. Never have taken dance pictures before. Never have taken dance pictures. And it was just really chaotic. It was 20 girls and it was a lot. I probably should have had a second shooter, but I was just like, we're just gonna do it. And I thought I was organized, but I wasn't. Not organized enough. So I ended up missing 4 of the girls that I took pictures of because I was really just testing my light and they thought they were getting their picture taken. So when I was like, I just said okay to myself, they just like left. And I didn't even know that they didn't have a picture. So I send the gallery and she's like, yeah, like, this is not right. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not right? And she's like, well, you're missing this shot, this shot, this shot. And I was just like, man, like, how did I do that? You know what I'm saying? And so that ate me up for like 2 days. I could not sleep or anything of that. But it wasn't dawning on me like, okay, Kelsey, try to figure out how to fix it. Like I just was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to give this lady her money back. She's going to say I'm ass. Like, don't work with Kelsey again. So I just messaged her. I was just like, hey, all I can do is come back and reshoot. I don't know how else to fix it. And she was okay with that. She was like, you know, it may be a hassle for the parents, but I will put it out there. And so I ended up reshooting it, and it was actually better than the other pictures that I took for it. And I think that lesson just taught me like, just be 100. Just be 100 and just tell them like, hey, this happened. And once I started doing that, a lot of people are understanding as long as you can fix it.
Mhm.
So me failing in that kind of just helped me down the road of being successful, of just like things are gonna happen. You can't be perfect all the time. You just gotta open your mouth and say something. And I think that's helped me in my
Mhm.
career also, of just being honest with folks too, of just like, I cannot do this for you. I probably should have told that lady I could not do this for you, but I did it anyway. So I'm also that's something else that has led me to success too, is just like not taking things that I know that I either don't want to do or I'm not capable of doing. And not necessarily not capable, but that's just not in my realm. If you're asking me for wedding pictures, I'm referring you to one of the homies that does it. I've been on
Yeah.
shoots where I've done a wedding before, worst experience of my life. Bridezillas and mothers and hey, everybody's telling you, pulling you 85 different ways. We're not on schedule and they're asking for more than we agreed with. Like, nah, I'm okay. I am okay. I'll leave that to the
It's
professionals.
a
So
whole thing.
yeah. So hopefully I answered your question.
Nice. No, yeah. Honesty. I think that's a big thing too, is just being honest because,
Mhm,
people, we're human, mistakes
mhm.
happen and shit like that, but almost anything can be fixed,
Yeah, for
especially when it
sure.
comes to photography. So,
For sure, for sure.
don't you love when people know that you do photography and they ask you to do something that you've never done before in your life
It's that
all
and,
the time?
like,
And then they're like, we just need a few pictures. We just need maybe like
because
five or
a few pictures end up being hundreds of pictures. No, you're not about to get
yeah.
me. You're not about to get me. No.
Man, I get that shit all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You wanna do what again?
That's
When have
not
you
in my
ever seen me
capability.
post anything?" Yeah, for real. I'm like,
Yes, yes. A lot of it for me is, like, it's the photo retouching and, like, people are like, "Can you make me skinnier? Can you do this?" And I'm just like, "No, I cannot, because 'cause you're gonna look crazier after me attempting to do that, so no, I cannot.
yeah,
I can't."
man. No, I had some crazy requests before because I started off doing, like, newborn photography
Okay.
and, man, I feel like you would be surprised, like, how into this session that, like, some of these mothers get, bro. Like,
Yes.
we had a term for these type of moms, they call them Pinterest moms that have, like, all
Yeah.
these different outfits, all these different props, bows, and, like, all this shit, right? And then they want these certain poses and all this other shit. Like, I remember one time I went there, I did a shoot, and I think she must have been a new mom, I think it was her first time, and the session was only supposed to be a mini session, right? It was, like,
Oh, yeah.
15, 20 minutes, something like that. I was in there for a fucking hour
What a baby.
with a baby.
I know the baby's pissed because you only got about 15, 20 minutes. I'm not even gonna cap.
For real, because she was asleep most of the time, and she started waking up because the mom
Mhm.
was changing outfits so damn much, so she started to get,
Yeah.
like, real, and I'm just like she's like, "Wait, wait, wait, but one more, can we just do it?" And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, I'm just like, "Yeah, yeah, sure,"
I'm the
I'm just
same way. I'm the same
yeah,
way. Yeah.
I can't I don't know, I just don't feel right telling them no, especially if it's a
Mhm.
new parent, it's just like, I mean, yeah, we could try, like,
I
sure, yeah.
guess. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like, it's supposed to be, like, 2 outfits max, we went through, like,
Mhm.
4, like, she had
Yeah.
all these props and shit, and then, man, it gets insane, and
It
then I had a
does.
mom one time, I did a shoot, and the mom wasn't there, it was just the dad, because the mom something had happened, but she had to they had, like, took her away or whatever, so I come back, and, when babies are born, they have those nails, and sometimes, they scratch their face
It's
up and
great.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, or their skin is, like, super red and shit like that.
Mhm.
The mom I come back and I showed the mom the gallery, and she was like, "I don't like this. I don't like that." Like, cause the baby had I couldn't get all the scratches because it was just gonna look crazy. And then the
Yeah.
red skin, you try to you if you retouch it too much, it starts to look like unnatural. Yeah. So, and like I think that was the first time that I had somebody who didn't like the photos, and I was
Of
telling
course.
like yeah, bro, I was telling like my trainer, and I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Like, she wants me to do all these things, and she was like, "No, relax. Like, it happens." And she's like, "Honestly, these aren't bad. Like, she's just being real picky."
Love that. Makes you question your whole like, it makes you question yourself as a photographer. I hate that.
Yeah. Like, I think that was the first time too, because every other time everybody liked them. And I even had some times where there was a family where I would go into the room and I saw a camera already out on like the couch or something, like they were gonna take their own photos. I ended up talking them into doing the photos. And then I think because the dad was like, nah, we don't need them. Like, I got my camera right there. We'll just do our own. But the mom really wanted them. So
Mhm.
of course, it's whatever mom wants. So
Yeah.
we did the photo shoot, and then I come back and she fell in love with it, bro. She started crying. She's like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I think that was probably like one of my favorite sessions I ever did too. And I remember like after she like leaving the room and like she bought the packages and all that stuff. Like I just thought about him having that camera, and I was like, "You think you better than me, Like, you
Come
know what
on,
I
talk
mean?
your shit.
Like, I do this shit." You know what I
I
mean? That kind of boosted me back up after that.
That's
But
good.
man,
That's
it's
good. I
it's,
love
it's
that.
crazy.
I love that.
Hell yeah. So, uh, oh, okay, cool. So for all the creatives out there, whether it's photography or whatever lane that they're in, can you kind of share like some of your biggest lessons that you've learned that you would give them starting out on their new journey?
Um, I would just say keep like whatever your medium is, like every day, even if it can't be every day, every other day, like definitely practicing your medium. Even if it's only for 15 minutes. Even if you're a photographer, you don't got your camera around, take your phone out and get a shot. Um and always look for inspiration. If you're feeling like you want to quit, ask yourself why you want to quit. And if your why is something that can easily be fixed, just fix it. Like just fix it because you're going to regret not doing that and then, down the line you're like, "Man, I really could have been a dope painter, but I allowed XYZ to keep me out of it." I also just want to say, like, your art is your art. Like we kind of talked about it earlier, but I'm real like, and I just had this epiphany last year. So people are going to book you, people are going to like your work for you and you doing it. I can't shoot the way that Dev shoots, right? Because he has his own style. So people come to you for that style and for that creativity. Don't allow social media to make you feel like you're not doing enough because social media is so fast paced. Things change every day. Things change every day. And it tends to make us feel like we're behind or we're not doing enough. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, then get up and do more. You know what I'm saying? But we create the world that other people live in. And that's the beauty of it because you can bend and twist that world however you want. Whatever you create is going to be unique towards you. And that way, like, it's dope regardless. As long as you fuck with it, it's hard. So
Facts.
just have that confidence in yourself. And when you start, you know, falling out of love with it or not getting any inspiration, specifically for my photographers, go to a bookstore and look at photo books. My mentor told me to do that one day, and I was like, man, looking at a book ain't gonna inspire me. And I just pulled up one day and was flipping through, and I ended up buying three because of a couple pictures in
Damn.
each one of them that I liked. Yeah. So go back to, printed material because a lot of the times that's getting in this day and age, everything is on your phone. So like try to give yourself a break from social media and just from technology and go back to basics of just looking in magazines, looking in newspapers, like all that jams. Just all to recap, just believe in yourself, get out and do more if you feel like you're not doing enough, and just know that you're dope, regardless of whatever anybody tells you.
Nice. I love that. That's perfect. That's perfect. I think I had that conversation like not too long ago. And it
Mhm.
was like, a lot of times people will the fear of like what other people's opinions are stop people from like really chasing their dreams or putting anything
Mhm.
out. And I've always been a big believer in like your art shouldn't be, you shouldn't be looking for validation from other people as long
Yes.
as you like it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you love it, go do it. And that's really the only reason that you need.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
the
sure.
likes, fuck the views, all that shit. Like if you like it, go do it. Go post it.
I agree.
I guarantee if you like it, there's gonna be somebody out there that likes it too. And not that, you have to look for that, but it does feel good. But at the same
Mhm.
time, if it's not as important if you like it, or if you like it.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that.
Facts too. That's crazy you said that because man, I was just talking about that shit.
Seems like we be here.
Oh, for real. Great
We
minds
be
think
here.
alike, Kels.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, Kels, you do a lot of different things. Like you said, I would say like an overall curator, a creative
Yeah.
curator in a sense. Can you kind of share like what you got coming up, or where people can find you?
Yeah, for sure.
What's next?
So if you come out to Fort Wayne, I don't know wherever you guys are at that's listening. I have this group. I don't even want to call it a group. I call it a collective called Homie with the Homies. So what we did is I was just sitting one day and was watching Tiny Desk and was like, this would be dope to do in a house. So what we do is we get live acts and they come and perform in a house. And we have folks sitting on couches, on the floor. We have like just snacks that you would just eat at home, beer and wine. So we give the artist like a 45-minute set and then a 15-minute Q&A with the crowd just to have that like intimate like feel. We don't have more than 20 people, but that's the goal. So where our 1 year anniversary is June. It was in May, so we're having a party June 8th. It's a pool party. I'm kind of scared, but we're gonna do it.
What?
Yeah, I've never thrown a pool party before, so this is great. I don't know how to swim,
Okay.
so I got a couple of hip hop shows. I'm really big in the music community here of just like helping people with rollouts and like, curating shows. So I'll be hosting a hip hop show at Rise Skate Shop. There's a couple of rappers here in town that they want to start doing that more. And we just have so much going on around the city that I be popping out at. I do feel like in July, my homie J Tubbs, and my friend, he goes by Tricedo, he's a rapper. And Tubbs, he does a whole plethora of things too, but he raps also. And they're gonna tour and I'm gonna open up, I'm an MC for them, and open up to get the crowd ready for them to perform. So that's big too. We'll start touring. So you guys can definitely find me on Instagram, on all platforms actually as OG Killer Kels. Facebook, I have a like page, OG Killer Kels, or you can find me Kelsey Martin also. TikTok, I have a website, ogkillerkels.com that you can look at. I think that's it. I think I've said everything. You can email me, OG Killer Kels, like OG Killer Kels, everything. Like just look up OG Killer Kels. You'll find me.
G, the one
Yeah,
and
yeah.
only.
I also have a podcast that Dev mentioned before. It's OG and Friends. Would love to have you if you would travel or even if we travel. But you can
Horse.
find us, yeah, you can find us on Instagram. It's OG and Friends Pod. We're starting back up in June. We took a 6-month break because just I was tired, but we're coming back in June. Hopefully the end of June. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I kind of got going on right now. Oh, I got one more. I'm sorry, I got one more. Okay, I got one more. So I am a
Yeah.
moderator for another podcast with my homies Bills and Pressure. It's called No Disrespect with Bills and Pressure. And I just kind of just make sure the conversation's going all right and it don't get too heated. Sometimes I put my 2 cents in, but I'm specifically there to keep the conversation going. So follow them. I believe it's No DISS with Bills and Pressure. I'm gonna have to double check that, but that's
Yeah.
fairly newer, so I'm still catching the wave on that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Man, the grind don't stop.
Man, the grind don't stop, man. It's
Grind don't
addicting.
stop. I
It's
feel that.
addicting.
One busy lady. And
Yeah.
I look forward to, everything you got going on. And I just want to say again, I appreciate you coming out here, and doing this and sharing this story. This was fun.
Yeah, this was. Thank you
This
for
was
having me
fun.
on. I'm so used to
Of
interviewing
course.
everybody else, I don't be getting to talk. So this was great. I really appreciate you and your work is phenomenal. And I keep seeing you get better and better, bro. Like anything you ever need, just give me a holler. You know where to find me. But keep going for real. You're doing some great work.
I appreciate that. And, same
Yeah,
to you. Your work
yeah,
is
for
going
sure.
crazy and not even just in photography, but everything else that you're doing too with the podcast and the
Yeah,
shows
yeah,
and everything. I love to see it. So
yeah. Appreciate it.
appreciate you coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for listening to the Spark Moment podcast. If this episode inspired you, make sure to follow the show so you don't miss a single spark. I'd love to hear what your spark moment was. You can share it with me on Instagram at the Spark Moment Podcast or tag the show in your stories. And if you enjoyed today's conversation, please leave a rating and review. It really helps more people discover these stories. Until next time, keep chasing that spark.